Alrighty guys, I am at the cabin and I am stoked. It is next Tuesday, so in 3 days it'll be September 1st. September is almost finally here, and today there was a little bit of a crisp in the air. It's definitely starting to feel like fall. I'm at the cabin today for two main reasons. One, we finally got a little bit of rain. Not as much as we needed, not enough, but some. So I wanted to check on the food plots and see how they were doing. I was getting real nervous because I planted these plots. We got like a sprinkle that night, and when I say sprinkle, I mean it was hardly enough to make the road look wet. And then it literally was 2.5 weeks with no rain. So we got some rain. I want to see how they're doing. And then I also want to check trail cameras. This will be the last day where I kind of go around and do a full card check before the opener. The opener's here in about 2 weeks, so I'm super excited. I'll probably check cards the day before the opener just to get that final intel, because hopefully the food plots will keep growing and I'll get a better idea of what's actually going on. That's the goal for tonight. I'm just here for a little bit, so I'm gonna hop on the four-wheeler. Alrighty, I'm at a camera location here. I got my Meyer trail camera right here, overlooking this Hodag licking stick. Alright, this camera is normally one of my best setups. This year, we've got some deer on it for sure. There's actually lots of deer, but as far as bucks go, there hasn't been too many. And one of the reasons for that is this year, this is normally a food plot, and it just didn't get planted. There's some clover in here, but as you can see, it's really overgrown and weedy, and there's this tree that fell down, so I just didn't have the time to get over here and plant this micro plot. But regardless, this is always a really good area. We're in a perfect little pinch point. It doesn't seem like it's pinch point, but we got this bean field here that's about 40 yards that way, and then the creek is like 40, 50, 60 yards that way. And these deer just hug this top. They got these pines, and they run this hardwoods back and forth between these two huge sections of timber. So this is always a great location. I've had this licking stick here. This is actually the licking stick that I got those pictures of Titan, the buck I shot, or Mini T I should call him, the buck I shot 2 years ago. I got my first ever pictures of him on here, and he hit this licking stick, and I ended up killing him about 100 yards that way down in the river bottom, but he hit this right before he came over and chased a doe by me. So I put this new stand in here. We had a lean-to there for years, and that lean-to has just been unsafe, and we haven't even hunted this area in probably 2 years just because that lean-to has been unhuntable. So finally got a new set in that tree. I couldn't even get the lean-to off of the tree, but I knocked it over so that no one would use it, and I have climbing sticks going up to just a regular hang-on stand. So this should be a good spot this year. And when it gets to be late October, this area is always just tore up with rubs and scrapes. So I'm gonna pull this camera, and then this is the last one on this side, head back over to the other side of the creek by the cabin and pull the cards over there. Another one. Alright, so I'm down here in one of my plots. This plot is actually, so there's this huge field up here. It's like I don't know, 6-acre field, and this stand I got right here in the corner is actually the stand that I shot my very first buck out of ever, and then the stand where I got my shot at Dagger. This is always a great location regardless of if there's food or not, but I made sure to plant some good food here. So in this huge field I broadcasted in, the whole thing has clover, a little bit of turnips and radishes. I mixed basically bucket readies, Clover Madness, and Fence Jumper in there. So this whole field will have food in it, but these two little corner sections, I have this corner and then another on the exact opposite side of the field. I have another corner planted, and despite the lack of rain, it's actually growing pretty well. My seed spacing looks good. We got our turnips and radishes popping out of the ground here, so I'm excited. This plot actually, provided we get some more rain, is looking pretty good. And what's kind of exciting is this area of this field almost never ever grows well, so I'm excited with how it's looking so far. I'm just hoping it continues to grow. So yeah, we'll check these cards. All right, so I am standing under this stand, and if the conditions are right and things go as planned, this will probably be where I hunt opening day. This is again the other side of this huge field I have behind me here. This whole field has plenty of clover and stuff growing in it, but in this corner, I have a nice plot here that I planted with the Bucket Ready Seed Company, and even with the lack of rain, it's actually doing okay. It doesn't look as good as, you know, you'd hope for, but I am shocked that it's even coming up at all with the weather we've had. So it's coming in good. I could just see this being a dynamite stand for especially early season opener. And then also we get deer using these pines all the time. They cut through right here all the time. Actually, this dead pine tree right here, one time I kicked Dager out of here. He was bedding right next to it. I don't think that's a normal thing to do, because again, we're really close to the cabin right now, but this is a spot I'm super pumped about. I'm excited to check this trail camera that's been overlooking this corner, and if things go the way I plan and hope and the conditions are right, this is where I'll be sitting opening day. So I'll show you some of the growth here. Like I said, it's not crazy, but for only having one rain in the last 3 weeks or whatever since I've planted it, it's actually looking all right. Alrighty, and another one of my just favorite spots. This is one of my little teeny tiny micro plots. This plot is about, I don't know, 40-50 yards long, and it's like 30 yards wide here and only 15 yards wide up there. It's actually kind of in the shape of a bowling pin, and just the location is perfect. It's like this bowling pin juts out as a peninsula into the swamp, and it drops off on every side into the swamp. I actually got a stand right here behind me in that pine tree. There it is, you can see it. And this is actually where I got my second shot at Dager last year. I put in a brand new licking stick in this plot. This plot, it's got some little bits. I can see some clover sprouts and little sprouts here and there. Food always struggles to grow in here because it doesn't get a whole bunch of sunlight. It's not that great of soil, but again, I'm actually kind of surprised. We've gotten almost no rain, so just these little sprouts are encouraging. We just need more rain. It doesn't matter what you do. If you don't get rain, your stuff's not going to grow. But I got a camera to check over this licking stick. Hopefully I'll have some good pictures. This is where I got my first picture of Dager last year, so if history, and that was late August, so if history repeats itself, I'm hoping he'll be on for the first time this year. I haven't had him yet, but I'm still hopeful. I haven't heard anything of him getting shot or found dead, so I'm hopeful that he's still hanging around somewhere. Alright, so I got this Meyer trail camera right behind me overlooking this licking stick. I don't know what the heck is going on this year, but I'm having my worst trail camera year ever, and it's not because of the cameras, it's because of the cards. I don't know if I bought bad cards. They were kind of a cheap discount deal on Amazon or what, but I don't know if it's the way I'm formatting them or if these cards are just crappy. It's like every time, I've got like 9 trail cameras out. Every time I check my trail cameras, there's at least 2 or 3 that don't have any pictures on them, and I know it's not because of the camera, because on other occasions the cameras will work. So question I have for you guys is, how do you delete and format your cards? I have a Mac, so when I go in there, I go into disk utility and I delete the card and format it, I believe under the exFAT file form. I don't know if that's my problem because it works sometimes, but this year I swear I don't know what it is. I might just have to buy some new SD cards. I have been having just terrible luck with cards not writing images to them, and it's really been driving me insane. So hopefully this card didn't fail me, and I got some awesome videos over this licking stick because I know deer are in here. I see hoof prints everywhere, so that's been super frustrating this year. So let me know how you guys delete and format your cards so that you know that they're good to go every time you bring them in the woods. Alrighty, well, checked all the trail cameras. No insane news so far. There was one new really nice 8-pointer that showed up. I don't think it's Dager. I obviously can't say that for sure, but it sure doesn't. He doesn't have the same characteristics. The camera angle's kind of weird. It's a real nice 8-pointer, which is what Dager should be this year, but his brow tines look different. I think it's a different deer. And then there was a couple blurry pictures of what looked to be a really nice buck in the background. Nighttime blurry photos. The buck was far away. It's hard to see. So nothing too crazy yet, but that really doesn't concern me. We always have nice deer around here, and I don't put a whole lot of stock into velvet pictures anyway. These deer are gonna break up. Deer that have been here are gonna leave. New deer are gonna come in. It's just everything's gonna change here really in the next week. These deer are gonna start stripping velvet and kind of moving into their fall range. So I'm not too concerned. There are a couple decent deer to chase. You know, we have a couple that I'm pretty excited about. As usual, there's like a whole gaggle of, you know, 110 to 120 inch deer. That's just the way it always is around here. They're, you know, good young deer that'll hopefully grow up to be something special in a couple of years. But now it's just a waiting game, man. The season is right around the corner. I can't wait. So thanks for watching this video. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. Hunting season's right around the corner, so I'm going to be doing all kinds of bow hunting, obviously duck hunting, dove hunting, goose hunting, all that. So if you haven't subscribed yet, make sure you do, because there's going to be some awesome hunting content coming up in the future, and we'll see you in the next video.